Alright, welcome back to the channel. Warhammer Man back in the studio, and we've got some more of the Leagues of Votann being revealed. If you're new to the channel, make sure to like and subscribe for daily videos, reactions, reviews, news, painting, modeling, conversion tutorials for Warhammer 40,000, Kill Team Necromunda, Age of Sigmar, Warcry, and some Horus Heresy as well. Make sure to like and subscribe. So Exo-Armour turns Leagues of Votann elites into mountains of muscle and guns. So far, it's not too far of a stretch here, but we have basically nailed all of the units that we've seen come to Votann. They're basically just bringing back all the old stuff. So now we have the Exo-Armour. I think it's pretty realistic to think that we're going to probably get, the gyrocopter, sort of like hover flyer, and then probably like the land train or equivalent. So when it comes to protecting their all-important ancestor cores, the Leagues of Votann demand no less than the very best weapons and armor around. The honored warriors who wield them are true elites. Wading into battle, clad in servo-assisted exo-armor, carrying a name that commands respect from all kin. The EINHYR Hearthguard. So we see the squad leader here. We know that by this little thingy-merdooey going over their head with sort of like a face on it. We see a hammer, it looks like, kind of being held out right there, and then some sort of neat little gun. Overall, I like the aesthetic of these. Again, the same way when we saw the Votann initially, it's hard to kind of tell their size. These probably look much bigger than they are. Compare them to the regular Votann, consider what size base they're on, and how much chunkier these models are. And I think we get a much more realistic idea, as people were talking about more Primaris Marines when they initially saw the Votann, and then you see one next to a Primaris Marine and he's literally like half the size. So these are little for sure. So here we see the second one. This one has the flip down visor, very cool. They have, it looks like some sort of like shoulder mount grenade launcher, and then some sort of like a heavy looking pistol right here. Pretty cool, I like it. And then here we see a sword. That's pretty neat. Instead of like your typical kind of like lightning claw, it has like the sword instead. Definitely has like a nice like kind of comic book vibe to it. I like the aesthetic of these though. They do look good. So here we see one of the female faces. Again, we can see the heavy like pistol a little clearer. Pretty cool looking overall. The grenade launcher's cool. I really like these. They look good. Here we see a little more traditional of a head. Again, we can kind of see the pistol has like something coming down from it. Electronics or we don't know what. But so it appears like they're all basically equipped with this equivalence of like a kind of power sword. And then some form of, I'm assuming it's like a grenade launcher. And then obviously their pistol weapon as well. And then it looks like the sergeant has the hammer. Yeah, these look great. I really like them. I like the aesthetic of them overall. They look good. We should get some more pictures too. Here we go. Selected from the most accomplished fighters in the Kinhold, the EINHYR Hearthguard have many roles. From bodyguards to deadly first strike troops, each Hearthguard has proved themselves over many years of frontline combat, ascending purely by the virtue of their deeds, just as the staunch and meritocracy of the Leagues requires. Like Hearthkin warriors, Hearthguard are dependable fighters, but their experience and inch-thick battle plating take the kin's natural durability to a whole new level. Crack units of EINHYR Hearthguard can be trusted to hold the line and inspire their fellows to stand firm, even in the face of untold horrors. Alright, so it says that they're basically bodyguards. Now, I don't know if that's going to mean they have the bodyguard rule, or they're just kind of throwing that out there. Seems likely. So we see the kind of grenade launcher from the back. We see how their armor plating is. I do like how they have like the cool kind of like a metal spine built into it. These look nice. I really like them. And then here we see that hammer a little closer. Very cool. It has like a little something going on the front here. Yeah, I really like the look of these. They look great. They aren't all take and no give either. Each EINHYR is equipped with a Volkanite Disintegrator and a shoulder-mounted grenade launcher. Okay, interesting. Volkanite Disintegrator. Alright, and then grenade launcher. Yeah, that makes sense. Laying down solid curtain of fire as they advance. Once the EINHYR Hearthguard join the melee, they're just as formidable, lashing out with the devastating Concussion gauntlets. That thing does not look like it's going to give you a concussion. It looks like it's going to give you a gaping stab wound. These marvels use ancient technologies to increase their mass of warriors fist as they swing, turning an already burly uppercut into an earth-shattering blow that can lift a hulking orc right off their feet. Those who prefer the deftness of the sword over the raw power of the gauntlet can fit a thrumming plasma blade to their wrist. Perfect for slicing and dicing the galaxy's less damage-resistant dangers. Okay, that makes sense. So, use the ancient technologies. Okay, so they have basically two options. The Concussion Gauntlet or the Plasma Blade. And for whatever reason, they're just all armed with the Plasma Blades. So that is interesting. We'll have to see how the stats like differ on those. The guns are pretty cool. I like how they look. We've seen this already, where they kind of have like this, I don't know what you want to call it, sort of like little standard or like trophy of achievement. I'm not sure about the horse head. That seems a little out of place. I'm not sure what I would rather it be, but the horse head does not seem to fit. It seems strange, because can you picture these? Can you picture a squat riding a horse? I would imagine the lack of leg length makes it not really a viable option. Maybe they have special saddles. I don't know. Very strange. Strange that they would choose a horse head, in my opinion. But, you know, everything else looks awesome. Hopefully there's some options. There's plenty more to see from the Leagues of Votann, so stay tuned to Warhammer community for even more reveals. You might be waiting a while for details from your own local Votann. You can get, so we expect more Votann obviously coming probably closer to, you know, the end of summer, beginning of fall, maybe around Christmas time. So overall, aesthetic-wise though, these look great. Again, I'm not a big fan of the direction they're going with like the female faces, but that's fine. Options are always cool. Really, the faces in general, like the guy faces are okay, but you know, not having beards is really just a mistake in my opinion. We literally, I don't think, have seen a single one of the new Votann with beards, and that is just really, really strange. I do like these style helmets. Pretty cool. Here we see a little bit different. It actually has, you can see like the top portion of like the helmet visor is actually like clipped on, and then the visor can like flip down. That is pretty cool. And then hopefully this piece is just like you can add on or not add on if you want like the sword or just the fist, aka Concussion Gauntlet. Yeah, nice looking models though. I like them. They're sort of like dwarf centurions, which is kind of what you would expect. So yeah, definitely nice looking models. Good aesthetic. The poses are not super diverse. Like, they're pretty straight up. All the poses are pretty much the same. They're just kind of like walking forward. Still look good though. I like them. The shoulder pads are pretty beefy and cool. I like that there's like that cool hammer deal going on. A little like, you know, relic of office. So overall, really cool. I definitely like them. Definitely like them. They have a nice aesthetic. They would be fun to paint. They have a lot of like crisp, clean edges. Very, very nice. Yeah, these are super cool. Looking forward to them. I think probably the biggest thing for me though, the most important thing about these, is that we're seeing 5 of them. So the fact that we see 5 of them tells us that they're going to come in a pack of 5, which is a big deal. Because, well, let's be real here. A lot of like the more elite units in most armies don't come in 5s, they come in 3s. So the fact that they come in 5s is definitely nice. I'm sure the Votann are going to be pretty pricey because they're like the most recent stuff to come out. So at least getting, you know, 5 in a unit will help a little bit, as opposed to, you know, something like Gravis Armor where you're getting basically like 3 Eradicators or something like that. So very cool that you get 5 of them. Obviously they look bigger than they are. Keep in mind these are small bases, I'm sure. So these guys are small and stubby. But I do like it. I like the head options, like, you know, where you can do a closed in head. You can do obviously male, female. Weapon options look pretty good. So definitely a fan. Definitely a fan. These are a hit for me. And one more unit for the Votann that just look awesome. So that being said, we're going to wrap it up there. Let me know what you think down below. Always like to hear back from you guys. Always like to hear your opinions. I know a lot of people are really hyped for the Votann. Some people are a little less excited or don't like the overall aesthetic of them. So let me know your opinion down below. If you do enjoy daily videos, reactions, reviews, and news, or you haven't checked out the playlist for modeling, basing, painting, all kinds of converting tutorials, magnetization, make sure you check out those playlists as well. And if you do enjoy the content that we put out every day, make sure to like and subscribe, as it really helps out the channel. That's it for today, Warhammer Man Studios. I'm Warhammer Man, and I'm out of here.